how to start an online business here for busy moms, for beginners. You're just getting started. That's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. So if you're watching this video, it's because you're probably interested in how to build an online business. Online, how much time does it take? And what are the steps that are necessary in order to build your business? And that's what we're going to be talking about. And so the first step that I want you guys to really commit to when you've come to this video and you're like, okay, I'm going to start this online business, is I want you to commit to this sentence. Done is better than perfect, right? Because what happens is we get lost in the learning phase and we never take action. And so what I want you to commit to yourself is that done is better than perfect. You're going to keep moving the ball rolling forward. You're not going to get stuck in all of the learning and all of the overwhelm that can happen with building an online business, building a entrepreneurial endeavor for yourself, right? So I want you to make sure that you don't get stuck in the learning phase. And I've seen that far too often happen for busy moms like ourselves, right? Where we're like, okay, we want to do this, and then we start learning, and then we get lost in the learn. The overwhelm, the self-doubt can kind of creep in, and it can get the best of us, right? And so you want to commit to yourself. And if that means just writing a small little business plan, what are your goals? What are your strategies that you're going to do? And we're going to talk about those things here in this video. But what are your goals? What is the ultimate reason, your why, so to speak, for wanting to start this online business, so that you can refer back to that when you start to go through the process and the learning and everything. And make sure that when you're making your goals and you're making your, your business model, you have a timeline attached to it, so that you're giving yourself enough grace to get things done, but you're also holding yourself accountable so that when those deadlines hit, you're able to meet them. Otherwise, as moms, we all know we get busy sometimes, and that just doesn't happen, right? And then the second step that you want to figure out is you want to figure out what type of business are you looking to do online, right? There's many different options for you. You could create a physical product. You could create some sort of coaching program. You could create some sort of course. You could create, any type of mentorship. There's so many different options. You could create drop shipping and Etsy channels, and the sky is the limit. And so what you want to do is you want to figure out what is something that lights your fire. What is that business that really gets you excited and is going to make you want to wake up in the morning and get out of bed, take care of the kids, but then also do your work. And so what I have for you is I've got a list of a video that I've created on the best side gigs for busy moms like yourself. So if you want to check that out, I'm going to link it right over here. You can check it out right after this video, right? So first thing is figuring out, what do you want to do? What type of business do you want to sell? And what I always say is, what could you talk about, or what could you do that lights a fire underneath your belly that gets you excited? Maybe it's knitting, maybe it's baking, maybe it's quilting, whatever it may be, right? Whatever your passion, whatever your passion is, you can align it to some sort of online business. And then the third thing is you have to figure out what you have to offer somebody, right? So what is it? Is it a service that you're going to do? Is it some sort of piece of art that you're going to send to people? And is it something that people want, right? So you've got to make sure that you're creating something that people want, that has, that has the allure that people are actually going to purchase your service or your product. And one of the best ways that I know to find out is to poll your audience. So whenever I have an idea or a business idea, I always poll my audience on social media. I poll my audience on Facebook. I see if it's something that people would be interested in. And I go into different Facebook groups and I post to see if there is an interest. So what happened to me is one time I created this online course, because I create online courses here in this online space, and I didn't poll my audience. I didn't see if it was something that people actually wanted, and I went and created it. And so you don't want to create something if there's really not a demand for it. And in reality, I didn't end up selling that many because I didn't poll my audience. And then the next time when I created an online course, I made sure there was a demand before I actually created it. So you want to make sure you're doing your market research, and after you've figured out what it is that you want to sell or bring to this online space, that you're polling people to make sure that there is a demand for it. And then the fourth thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get really familiar with this website called Upwork or Fiverr. There's a bunch of other ones. I personally prefer Upwork or Fiverr to build out and get some extra help and extra hands in the learning process. So for example, if you've got this great idea, but you need a website and you have no idea how to be a web developer, then what you can do is you can go to Upwork and you can fill out how and find people all over the world that are experts in web development. Or maybe you need an assistant that can help you with email marketing or setting up, the back end of your Etsy shop. All of those things are at your fingertips. So it's really important to realize that you don't need to be the expert in everything in your business. There is ways for you to get help and also get help in getting started, because there are people out there that do this for a living. And let me tell you, it can be very, very reasonably priced, especially if you're hiring somebody that's in a different country. So definitely make sure you check out Upwork or Fiverr once you have your idea, once you have, whether it be the physical product or the drop shipping that you want, or, your Etsy shop, whatever it may be, there is somebody out there that can help you that is in fact a little bit more knowledgeable than you are at the moment. So that's where it comes back to tip number one, is it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to get done. And you can get the extra support that you need because you don't need to be an expert in everybody. Now, the next thing you do is you've created this great thing. Now you need to figure out how are you going to market it, right? And the way that you can market things is that you can decide if you want to do it organically, meaning unpaid, right? So if finances are an issue, then you want to build it out organically, right? Through your audience, creating content, drawing people to you, creating a brand. And I've got more information for that for you also on my channel on how to create a brand in this online space. Or if you do have some money that you can put into it, putting in some advertising, whether it be Facebook advertising, YouTube advertising, Google advertising, right? So you have two choices over here. You can build it organically to start, right? Or you can put a little bit of money in it and build it in, paid advertising. Or maybe you combine a little bit of both. But again, you don't need to be an expert in advertising. That's what Fiverr and Upwork are there for, is to help you so that you can grow your business, right? Because we can't be the jack of all trades inside of our business. And I'm not an expert in everything. And I have a team to help me build my business. And then finally, the next step is you want to take all out massive action. And you might, make some mistakes along the way, and that's okay. You're going to tweak and get better at it, but you're going to take all out massive action so that you can then go and scale your business and hit whatever goals that you set up in step number one, right? And so what I have for you at the end of this video, if you want to see the best, the 7 income streams that I have developed in this online space, I'm going to link it here for you as well. And hey, this is Julie Reynolds for another episode of Julie Reynolds TV.